Hello and welcome to Perchance to Dram once more unto the breach tonight with the Glenlivet Illicit Still. Interesting whiskey. Basically, what this is a special release of the 12-year Glenlivet, and it's non-chill filtered and 48% ABV, which is a pretty significant departure for them. Very familiar. Very, very familiar. All right, so this bottle is called Illicit Still because before, the Excise Act and whiskey could be made, legally in Scotland, George Smith, who founded the distillery, was, like many at that time, an illicit distiller who just had a still going on his property that he didn't pay tax on. And he was the first person in Scotland to obtain a legal license, and that's one reason why Glenlivet is so well known. It's been around a very long time. So Glenlivet is one of those brands that's pretty ubiquitous in the whiskey world. It's number one in the United States and number two overall as far as single malts. It's huge. They have seven wash and 7 spirit stills, a lot of production, and here in the United States at least, any bar that you go to, if they have a single malt and if they only have one, it's usually going to be Glenlivet 12, and if they have two, it's probably Glenlivet 12, Lafroig 10, or maybe Glenfiddich. And so it's very accessible. It's very well known. A lot of references to it in media, but for enthusiasts, it's not as popular. Most of their bottlings are 40% ABV, chill filtered, with color. Though I will say, Glenlivet is good. I'm not gonna spring for a bottle of the regular 12-year-old when I can get something else, but if I'm at a small bar or on a plane, then I'm happy to have a dram of Glenlivet. It is, of course, in the Speyside region, and it's one of those whiskeys that form the backbone of what we think of as the Speyside style. So a little bit lighter and vanilla and honey and stuff like that in the profile. So we'll see what it's like. I really am intrigued by this project, and they're calling it Glenlivet, the Original Stories Limited Edition Series. So presumably there will be more of these, and it's almost a kind of acknowledgement of, hey, we know that our general bottlings are not for everybody, and there are some people who aren't going to be interested in whiskey at 40% ABV that's chill filtered, and so they're kind of extending an olive branch and coming out with something that's a bit more robust, and I'm excited to see where that takes us. As you can see here in my Glenlivet glass. Oh, yeah. Very familiar Glenlivet nose. Maltiness. I get a little bit of tropical fruit, maybe pineapple. Quite good. I mean, the maltiness is fairly dark. It's like a really malty, dark ale or stout, even. Like, when you've had a pint of Guinness and then you smell the glass. A little bit of a nuttiness coming through. And that's where we start to get now sort of honey. Comes to me as kind of a heather or grassy in there as well. A little bit floral. Yeah, that's good. It's exactly what I would expect of, the Glenlivet 12 that's just a little bit, less watered down. bit more powerful, a bit more fully bodied and complex. Slosh. That is a good whiskey. It's, initially got kind of a kick of just a little bit spiciness, and then it moves into a little bit darker, maybe kind of nutty, and like, for whatever reason, to me, I always associate it, Glenlivet, with like grass and in the field and turf. It has that sort of dark richness, which I think is maltiness and some very dark like honeycomb in there, and it's got a very shiny feeling to it. To me, it's kind of shiny, kind of golden, or cream colored feeling. And then on the finish, goes more into the fruit, hint of cinnamon, or maybe like a graham cracker, I guess. Oh, okay. Almost getting some hazelnut in there, banana. Yeah, very malty, dark honey, a little bit floral. Yeah, just really good. Just tastes like Scotch whiskey, right? It's just, I don't think it's anything particularly special, but very excited to see what comes of Glenlivet. If you're really interested in Glenlivet and you like the profile of their regular bottlings, then this is just that, but better. So if you can get it, 40 or $50, then absolutely go for it. Cost me $60, which is about the high end of what I would pay for it, just out of curiosity and wanting to see the sort of the direction they're taking with this stories series. I like it. It's pretty good.